What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another review for Monday Night Raw. Old school. This is the July 5th, 1993 edition. We're going to get right into it. Like always, Raw opens up with some highlights of the Stars and Stripes challenge, where athletes and wrestlers took turns trying to lift Yokozuna, but all failing. Something new added to the prize besides American Pride, which is the top tier of prizes if you ask me, and if you ask WWF, I guess. But you're also going to get a new Chevy Silverado. I don't know why I added that in these notes, but whatever. You also got a new car if you were able to slam Yokozuna. These guys only got one shot or like 4 seconds to do it. Of course, nobody could do it that quick. Alright, then Yokozuna stops and eats some rice with chopsticks in the middle of the challenge. That was just flat out hilarious to watch. I don't care if you're saying it's racist or not. It was just hilarious to see this big guy just stop because he's not doing anything. He's just sitting there and he has to take a break. he, he couldn't handle all these people trying to lift him that he needed to get some energy back and eat before he continued. So I thought that was funny. Tatanka actually hits like 5 chops on him before trying to lift him, but still doesn't work. And then he gets a leg drop for his trouble. I think he deserved it flat out for just chopping him. I don't think that was part of the rules. So yeah, good for Yokozuna for leg dropping him. He deserves it. Then Bill Fralick, who played for the Detroit Lions, probably didn't get the message that this is fake and legit almost picked up the WWF champ. But Yokozuna sandbags him, and you can see the football player give it look like he was pissed because he knew he had him. But yeah, moving on, Crush and Randy Savage also take turns. Then in the distance, we see a helicopter landing, and we see Lex Luger walking towards the ring. Last time I can remember seeing Luger, he was in a match versus Crush, and he was a heel. But all of a sudden, he is now a good guy because America. He pushes Bobby Heenan aside just to make it 100% clear that he is now a babyface. Again, Lex Luger technically cheated here because it wasn't part of the rules. He nails Yokozuna with his forearm that has a steel plate in it. Then he lifts up Yokozuna for the slam. This should have made Luger a huge star, but let's see how he continues on from this. It looks like he's going to get a title shot soon. We'll see how that goes. And then how do we follow that up? With Blake Beverly, of course. He's taking on the 123 Kid, aka X-Pac, aka Kamikaze Kid. The Kid is extremely over after his match against Razor, where he took the cash and sped off before the match even ended. I'm pretty sure he still has a concussion from then, but this is 1993, so nobody was checking back then. After the Kid gets some quick shots, Beverly suplexes him on the turnbuckle. He suplexes him on top of it, and the Kid goes flying to the outside. 123 Kid hits a flip from the top rope onto Blake from the outside. Then, after a couple reversals from both guys, Kid goes to the top and hits a leg drop on the back of Beverly's head for the 1-2-3 and another win. Next up, we get a rap song vignette for Men on a Mission. None of these guys look like they're any type of athlete to be competing in a wrestling ring. So we're going to be getting MOM soon in the WWF. Next up, we have Bam Bam Bigelow taking on a jobber. He comes out with Luna Vachon and gives her a kiss on the lips. So I don't even know what kind of relationship these two have anymore. But a splash into the corner for the win. Samoa the Head Shrinker's up next to take on the returning Undertaker. What's he returning from? I have no idea. Last time we saw him was like after WrestleMania, where his urn got stolen by Mr. Hughes, Giant Gonzalez, and Harvey Whippleman. This is also the first time on Raw they cut the lights for Undertaker's entrance, who doesn't come out with Paul Bearer, who was also attacked by those three guys I mentioned, who took the urn. The Undertaker tries to leapfrog Samu, but he doesn't get high enough, probably why he didn't add this to his arsenal later in his career. Undertaker also hits a dropkick. What the hell is Taker smoking doing these moves on this episode? I've never seen him do any of this ever in my life. Samu hits a flying headbutt, then slaps Taker to make sure he's dead, tries to go for another flying headbutt, but this time Taker sits up and delivers the choke slam, followed by the tombstone for the win. Vince McMahon up next to interview Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna about what happened on the USS Intrepid. Fuji says that what Luger did was a hip toss and not a body slam, then points out that Luger cheated, like I said, with the plate in his arm. The crowd starts chanting USA, and it sounds like there's a good 3 million people in the building. Fuji says nobody will challenge his Yokozuna, and that brings out Crush. He thanks Luger and says that he made him proud to be American. Fuji gets coaxed by Vince McMahon and the crowd to give Crush a title shot. Yokozuna gets put on the spot and accepts the challenge. They say that match will take place next week. Then finally we have Mr. Perfect out to have a match against the Jobber. Beforehand though, he takes his gum out and sticks it and wraps it around the Raw girl's glasses. Douchebag move if you ask me, and really disgusting. Perfect Plex for the win. And that does it for Raw, so let's get to the awards. For the best moment, I'm going to give this to Undertaker making his return. For the worst moment, I'm going to give that to Crush of all people coming out and challenging Yokozuna for the WWF title. Then for the worst match, I'm going to give this to Mr. Perfect ending the show with a meaningless match. At least Bigelow had something in his meaningless match. He's building his relationship with Luna and his feud with Tatanka. Perfect just got to win because why not? It didn't make any sense. For the best match, I'm going to give that to Taker versus Samu. Every time the Headshrinkers come out, I am more impressed by them. And this match was no different. It delivered. Best match award goes to this one. Alright, for the wackest performer, does the Men on a Mission promo count as them being on the show? Because if so, they're going to get the wackest performer award before they even get into the ring. Standout performer, I'm going to give that to Blake Beverly. Yeah, I know. What? He did a good job in the ring, and playing the heel against 123 Kid exceeded any expectations I had, so why not? I'll give it to Blake Beverly as my standout performer. For my overall grade, I would give this a B-. Men on a Mission get hyped up to be coming soon. Perfect in a nothing match, and Crush vs. Yokozuna being announced for the title knocks it down a bit. But regardless, I enjoyed the rest of the show for what it was. So we had another tally in the good episodes for Raw. And that's going to be it for this video. I'll catch you guys next time.